Welcome in to Pay Dirt Sports, part of the Six Pack Coverage Network. Will Dundon, Seth Coggin in here with you tonight. And, it's Super Bowl week. What
What's
else
up
is
with
there to say?
it? Super Bowl, Super Bowl. Until the Titans are in it, I got to downplay the Super Bowl, but when the Titans get in it, it will there will the 2 weeks that the Titans win the Super Bowl may not be like that will be like I'm truly living in a alternate reality. So I can't imagine what being in the Super Bowl all this, consecutive times in a lifetime looks like or feels like. I'll never be inside like the mind of a Kansas City Chiefs fan who, what's this? They've been there,
Three or
several
four
times
times
now.
recently.
Yeah. Yeah. But Patrick Mahomes, if he wins this one, it's like, I mean, what else has he got to do?
Does he, wait, how many does he have? Doesn't he just have one?
Yeah, this will just be a second.
No.
Maybe not like all time, but I'm saying, early on, he's still
Still
on his,
pretty young.
yeah. Um, so But it's a pivotal one for him, I think, because if you lose it, then it's like he's been so good for they've had so many teams that have been, the Super Bowl favorite or close to it. And this would be another loss without getting. And then he's looking at now I've only got one ring and all these close chances, my teams I might not be able to overcome everything every year. There may be some down years in there, so
Yeah, it makes you
good
think
matchup.
when the goal is 7, if you're going for greatest of all time, losing one right here, yeah, it
You
kind
only
of
get
is a
so
big
many
deal.
chances. Like even though the Chiefs are going to have more chances than the Titans franchise right now, like they're still numbered. Even if you went to the next 10, this is still just one of 10. Um,
Yeah,
so
it's like you got
you
to win
can't
the majority
devalue
of
it. Yeah,
those.
you still yes you would if you went to the next 10, you'd have to win the majority of them. So you cannot miss any in the middle. But I mean, I really like this Eagles team. I'm
Oh
riding
yeah,
with the Eagles. I don't know if we're talk. I mean, might as well go ahead and talk into like
yeah, go for it.
what we're thinking. But I think the Eagles all around just play such a awesome brand of complementary football. Stout defense, just strong running game. I mean, that O line is like maulers. Love to see that, and I think they will challenge the Chiefs and press them in so many facets that they're not like the Chiefs will kind of. I don't know if crack's the right word, but I just think they will be found a little more vulnerable. I think it's a really great matchup. I heard, like, I mean, and this is how we get to do like sport takes and stuff. Like I heard someone say, and these days we get to hear so many takes. Like we hear people will say anything, but they're like, yeah, I don't really think this is like a good matchup. And I was like, how could you couldn't like be more wrong? These are heads and shoulders.
These are
We're the
two great
class of the
teams.
NFL right now.
Yeah.
Like with two awesome young quarterbacks, and just so exciting the way that they play. Just really good football teams consistently through the year earn their way to be here. So I'm excited. It will be fun. It's always a fun party. Hosting a Super Bowl party always, can't go wrong. I think maybe that's where we need to go. We can go there now. We can go there later. But like,
Oh, we're
what
gonna
are
hit
you
the Super Bowl party aspect of it,
what are you
definitely.
bringing?
Yeah,
What's one dish? Are
I
you,
mean, it's almost too easy to say the buffalo chicken dip, but
That's almost too easy to
you
say
gotta
the
throw
Buffalo.
it in there.
If it is not, if Buffalo chicken dip is not your Super Bowl number one, it's invalid. You just don't know ball.
But no, you gotta have some kind of main dish. You don't have to have all of them, but you gotta have either pizza or wings. I feel like those are the two staples of a Super Bowl party. There's probably people out there that are doing sandwich platters or something too. That's a good move. I don't know what else would be kind of
You
the
know, it'd be
main
good.
dish.
You know what I might do? I'm just kind of thinking through this now. I'm just brainstorming live with the people, but a little Italian roast beef Sammy's. Ooh, that could
A
be
good
nice.
hot sandwich, yeah.
Yeah, kind of depends. Maybe a little weather flexible. We'll see. We're like if it's nice and cold. I mean, we're bringing some chili. Like
Oh yeah.
I'm definitely pro big old pot of chili. I'm also thinking maybe a little nacho competition this year.
That's good.
Just straight
Nacho's
up
good.
bring some ingredients. We're having a big old like a nacho comp. Just go kind of crazy with it.
The thing about the Super Bowl party too is, yeah, you can have those main dishes. You can go all apps if you want to. It's kind
Yeah.
of a bold move, but you can do it. You can get away with it for sure.
If they're meat, you gotta have enough meat in the apps. Like a
Yeah.
buffalo chicken dip is a main app. Like that thing's got some density to it. It'll fill you up if like you know what I'm saying. Like it'll
Oh yeah.
if you come hungry, you can eat some buff chicken dip. But
And you
yeah,
definitely got to have a
I'm
couple.
with
You
you.
got to have a couple desserts as well, some sort of brownie or cookie or.
Yeah, a cookie, just something light that plays. You know, like even it's dessert's not usually the main event of the Super Bowl party. It's more
No, but
the
it's one of those you look up and you go, oh shoot, I've had 8 cookies already. Like you just kind of it
oh, that
sneaks
could
up
it's
on
a
you.
dangerous. They're also tend to be maybe smaller cookies even. Like
Yeah.
I feel like I've downed quite a few Oreos maybe even at a Super Bowl party like through the years. Maybe it was even like a youth group party or something like oh man, I'm snacking on these little cookies. But yeah, maybe some choco chip cookies could go good. Maybe I need to brainstorm a little of what I don't have the setting for whatever party we're doing yet.
Yeah,
So
do you have plans yet?
no, I'm trying to be pretty fluid right now. You know, it's early in Super Bowl week. I could host at the drop of a hat because of my current situation, and I got good TV situation. I know I'm ready to host if called upon, but I'm seeing if someone else wants to throw a little party. I'll bring the goodies. So we'll stay fluid. We'll jump in where we need to be, but I'll definitely be throwing down in the kitchen, no matter where it's at, no matter where.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of at the point where I'm just sort of putting feelers out, seeing whatever because you know what's going to happen is once you hit like Friday, you're going to know of about 3 or 4 Super Bowl parties
Oh
going
yeah,
on,
oh yeah. I'm already
which is
playing. Yeah,
which is
I'm
what's
prepared to
beautiful about
bring a substantial amount of food.
yeah.
That's what I offer. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get into a good party. I'm prepared to throw down on the food. Like, you need pigs in a blanket. Like, I'll just drop you 8 straight things that we'll bring to the party.
The beautiful thing about the Super Bowl is it represents I know for you and me specifically what we love about sports and it's just the fact that you can get everyone together. And the Super Bowl is truly just about an American holiday. You know,
It's as close as you could be for a sporting
everyone
event.
drops everything and is like, we're going to figure out a way to get everyone together and watch the game.
Yeah, it does. It is the game that transcends all games. Like it is the Super Bowl. Like yeah, this is the game. If you don't care about games at all, like this is the game. And then they fill it with so much, you know,
Entertainment
yeah, entertainment and pop
outside
culture
of the
even
yeah.
out. Yes, that's just surround. It's just all eyeballs somehow, some way are being drawn to the Super Bowl. And it does. Yeah, it really just brings a lot of people together, and it's a fun one because it brings some non-sports people to an event that we all do care about, and it's just the camaraderie that we enjoy with sports. Then you throw in great food, great drink, good times, and a, just enjoyment of the American game.
Did you see I saw this on Twitter, but someone was saying Tennessee lawmakers are making a move to make the Monday after the Super Bowl an official holiday, give
I
everyone the
like
day off
it.
work.
I like it. I did see that. I scanned it. I don't know too much. I don't want to speak
I know I don't know too
too
much
deeply
about it
on
yet.
the but I do know that old Chris Columbus, I don't is not the most squeaky clean figure in the history of all sorts and things. So, hey, what's the NFL done? But bring joy to the people, like
Well, that's what I'm
let's
saying.
go.
If
It's
yeah,
all right.
even if you want to get if people want to be offended or whatever on that side,
Look,
you
don't
call it the
even
Super Bowl
just
holiday.
drop everything. Just drop
Yeah.
everything. Just say holiday.
Yeah.
All right, we're giving you guys a holiday.
Call it the day after the Super Bowl if you want. Like
Yeah,
that's what
it's
it
your
is.
holiday. It's your day. If you don't care about the Super Bowl, you're still getting the holiday. So just just enjoy it.
Yeah, who's going to complain about that? Who's going to
That's
complain about a
a
day off?
That's a European thing that I enjoy is the concept of holiday. Like it seems like more of a thing in where you're just like, oh, I'm taking a holiday. Like we think of the holidays, but it's like, no, I'm just kind of taking a enjoyment break, like a holiday. Let people just have fun where they're at on Sunday. Like just let loose, and it makes Sunday even bigger day if you give Monday off.
Yeah, definitely. Let's jump in a little bit just to, you said you're riding with the Eagles.
Yeah.
What do you like about the game? How do you see it going?
I just can't get away from the balance that the Eagles seem to have. And then you have high star power, like having two A1 wide receivers changes things just dramatically. So and AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, Jalen Hurts has obviously proven himself to be a very valid and very good, great quarterback this season. And he has those guys to throw to. Combined with the way their offensive line can just control kind of the line of scrimmage, I like them too much to bet against them. And like I said, I'm a native son of Philadelphia. I can't say that enough. Like I just am attached to the city of Philadelphia in some way, shape, or form. So gotta go with the birds. Go birds!
Dude, I like Philadelphia too, just because of the offensive line. I think the biggest or the most impressive highlight for me was the one that kept surfacing of that first touchdown they scored against the Niners, where the line of scrimmage started at the line of scrimmage, obviously, and ended in the end zone. The entire offensive line, the push they had is ridiculous. And I think it's going to be a high scoring game. I think it's going to be both teams scoring in the 30s type game. But I just see Philadelphia's pass rush, like Hassan Reddick, getting back there a few more times, just causing a little more havoc. We're probably going to see some awesome Mahomes plays like he always has, where he scrambles around and tosses one underhanded somewhere. But I think he's going to get hit just enough. I'm riding with the Eagles too. So, Pater, we're going with the Eagles.
Go birds! Let's go birds! How can you? I mean, did you watch them sing "Fly Eagles Fly" the other night?
No.
That was awesome. So after they got the trophy, they all sang "Fly Eagles Fly," which I don't really know "Fly Eagles Fly," but it's just awesome that they have a song that like everyone knows. Just the bird, like it's like rock, it's like not the same, but how Tennessee fans know Rocky Top, like everyone could sing. It's not like an official fight song like that, but it was cool to see everyone like the Titans, and part of this is. Yeah. Part of this is they are still trying to find that kind of stuff, and like they're trying to, as a franchise.
The Eagles are rooted in a deep tradition.
Yeah, and that does go back a lot longer. But the Titans have been around long enough to have stuff that matters. You know what I mean? This was something, and I didn't plan to talk about this or even think about it, but and a fella said that like the Titans were still in their infancy as a franchise. And it made me just like, and not even get mad or blow up or anything. It was just like, what are we thinking? We have been around for like 28 years as a franchise. We have been in this league at the highest level with all these other people. We have won in division titles. We have gone to conference championships. We have made the Super Bowl. We are not in the infancy like that. You can't defend any of our moves as a franchise. Oh, because we're still young as a franchise. We've been around the block. And like you can't judge that as the standard. At the end of the day, what I'm saying.
Hey, is your mic all right? I think you're going in and out a little bit. You good?
We'll make it right.
Oh, yeah, there we go. No, I don't understand that. And was it from like a Titans fan?
Oh, I'm sure. Oh,
that's the thing. I hear it from people who are quote unquote Titans fans, and I'm thinking to myself, all right, we went to the Super Bowl almost a quarter century ago. Like it hasn't been, we're not brand new. And I don't even know. I mean, maybe we're definitely one of the younger franchises, but there's definitely franchises younger than us out there.
That don't. But I mean, it doesn't even the youngness.
Matter.
Like Now you could say we're broke, like you could say like they don't want to spend, big money. And to some extent that's true, but not even really like either. Like they've shown that they will spend money and would again, when truly called upon. So like that was all like, oh, we're a small market. And it's like, well, Nashville's like the most popular city in the country. Like you're
Yeah, we're not small market
you're
anymore.
not really small. Yeah, you're not, especially in the media age where like Nashville is a focal point of media. Like it is truly a focal point of media. You are not a small market team. You have a mentality of one, but that doesn't just grow up. It's the infancy of a fan base, though. That not even infancy, but it's like it is the fan base as a whole is young because, just through years of being divided, like people just came from all different backgrounds. And even if they adopted the Titans, it was like, well, I'm a Steelers and a Titans fan. Just because it's like, well, I'm a Steelers fan, but I live in Nashville, so now I'm a Titans fan. But, you know,
Which is
that
actually
kid,
embarrassing because it's
yeah,
like they're saying the Titans are such an innocent little franchise that it's no big deal if I cheer for them too, you know?
yeah. Yeah. And that's not I mean, that's certainly not everybody. But I'm just saying that is a decent, but see, that's what I'm the kids are those were the dads, that first got in with the Titans, when it was young. But then so the kids went to the Titans, feel like a lot of us kids, I grew up to be a Titans fan, not because I went to Titans game. Like I didn't go to I liked the Cowboys, but I never went to Cowboys games, bro. I was in Nissan Stadium, like cheering for like it was embedded into me because I was there. So I just think a lot of it like weeded out a lot of the other fan bases because it was more pure, just like, no, I'm 100% Titans.
It was organic.
Yeah, but we are still kind of young and cultivating like that. Where I don't know a life without the Titans, I guess. That's another way to put it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like the Titans have been, was from Nashville. Titans were in Nashville my entire life. So just
They got to get to the point. The Who Run It thing was just kind of gimmicky. Didn't we have something right before that? I don't
I
know. They
couldn't
should have just stuck
really.
with the Pain
The
Train. I
Pain
don't
Train
know.
was pretty sweet.
Yeah, and just singing Johnny Cash, that
I like
works.
Johnny Cash. I like
Music
Johnny Cash
City.
going into the fourth.
Yeah. I don't know why we got away from that. Just start singing classic country, some old Nashville Music City stuff.
Yeah.
It works. It's even kind of gimmicky, but at least it makes sense.
They should bring in third down for what?
They do the first down. Who?
I like that, actually. And I kind of wish more. I wish it was just one, though. Like, oh,
Yeah.
like one collective. It's.
Yeah, after I
I
think it's
was hitting I hit a good amount of oh when I'm in the Titan Stadium. I
you
will
hit
say that.
well, it's because they do three. You do, and once you do two, you're kind of like, do I really need to do another one?
Yeah. I do like the collective. I don't know. Maybe we'll start thinking of some and just need to orient it or like
Get it going
instigate it
ourselves. Yeah.
ourselves. Yeah, I mean, those all kind of need to be organic anyway to really take hold. Um, the strongest we've ever sounded as a crowd is like chanting Henry, which is it's a
Yeah.
nice one to chant.
Yeah.
That's like the most unified the Titans fan. Like,
It's like we might not know any other player, but we definitely know Derrick Henry.
yeah, and he is awesome, and we are all like, that is sick. Like what he's doing is sick. I'm a witness to that. Henry, just deep. Oh man. But the Super Bowl is also odd to me to go way back around because it's so isolated as like a football game. Like the Super Bowl is so far removed from the meat of the football season, like back in mid-November.
Mhm.
You're just, I know football led up to it, but even it's 2 weeks removed from two games. Like there's only been 3 games in the last like 5 weeks, or not 5 weeks, I guess, but like last 3 weeks or so. And so we've been slowly like weaning off football, and it's like the last because once Super Bowl's over, then it's going to be a minute before you see some good snaps. Now, not us, because Pater will be, dialed into both the XFL, the AFL, the
USFL.
USFL. We will have you covered.
Yeah, the AFL, the Arena League is back. Legitimately.
If the cats come back, that would be turn.
Dude, I would love, like, we've got to figure out a way to do that. That'd be so easy to make happen, too.
I actually need to start campaigning maybe for Little Rock to get a team.
Oh, that'd be good.
That'd be cool. Little Rock.
Did you know this was I think I mentioned this on the pod before, but there was a couple years ago, it was right before COVID, so they canceled the league, but it was going to be an indoor league, and they were going to have a Music City Fire team
Oh yeah,
play at the Ag Center in Franklin.
I remember that. Yeah,
Right
we
down
did
the
talk about
road
that.
from me, man. I would have gotten season tickets.
The
Actually, I
Fire.
probably
That would have been a disgusting product.
Oh
I
yeah.
can't lie. It would have been
Dude,
rough.
I want to say one of the local, like, Independence's offensive coordinator was going to be the offensive
Oh,
coordinator
that's
or
right. It
something.
was like we are hiring.
Local talent, baby.
We are hiring. I mean,
Here's your
like I
chance.
probably knows ball. Like I don't know.
I mean, yeah, he's qualified to call plays in the whatever league it was, I'm sure.
Yeah, that is a funny. Like, how do you staff those things?
He's running late for
Oh,
the game because Independence had a team meeting. He's like, "All right, guys, I got my main job."
fire.
No, but honestly, I would love to see Nashville get an arena team again. I don't know if it's now you're playing the game of are you too big market for something like that?
I actually would like them to get an arena team back, but it be the Venom, the Vipers.
Yeah.
No, the Venom.
Yeah, it was the Venom.
National Venom.
Surrender to the hiss, baby.
Surrender to the hiss. Surrender to the
Dude,
hiss.
man, that's some
That was an all timer. That was an all time.
Only true football fans or guys who went to high school in the mid-teens of 2000s know about the Nashville Venom.
You gotta be really in the weeds to know to have been to. I actually want to know that. I want to talk and personally talk to every single person that ever went to a Nashville Venom game.
Yeah,
we need to all
I don't
get
think it would
together
take
for
that
something.
long.
Yeah, no, I think we could all fit back in that arena.
Definitely. It was pretty empty when we would go. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I got to go in the locker room.
Most of those people that were there were probably came all the time. Like I don't feel like they were getting a lot of outside.
We got to go on the field after the games. That's
Yeah, we were in every single promotion that they had.
Gosh, I love this sport.
That was some good ball though. I got that dude singing Surrender to the Hiss was amazing. I loved it. Like I was a true supporter of it. I wish more people had gone. I wish it had been a bigger thing.
Yeah.
I only like I laugh about it because it is pretty funny, but not to make jest of like those are real guys out there playing football, like making money to play football. Like I respect it and I will watch and I will enjoy. And wish I was kind of out there slinging it like arena football. Like, all right, let's pad up, let's get out there. I can catch some balls.
Dude, that's what I'm saying though. You put football in Nashville and I will go watch it.
Yeah. Especially if it's cheap and accessible and a fun thing to do on a night.
Yeah.
It's not my Sunday afternoon plan, but no, on Tuesday nights I do go watch the Venom.
Dude, we won the championship our first year in the league.
Champs. That's awesome.
Man. All right, I'm gonna reel it back in a little bit. Let's talk real quick. We'll just cover this because we were talking about it before the pod, but we talked a little bit about it is college basketball season. We haven't talked a lot about it. I know Truschel, when he gets back on in the next week or two, he's got some plans to cover a lot of college basketball in the NBA with some other guys. So we won't take too much from him. But we did mention how you and me specifically, I guess. I mean, we're watching our teams, we're having fun. It's still college basketball. We enjoy watching big games. But you are when your team is in a situation where you know your ticket's pretty much punched for March, as a fan, especially like we were talking about earlier, as a Tennessee fan, you're really just sitting here waiting for March because that's all that really matters. And especially for Tennessee and Rick Barnes, you know, that's been the Achilles heel kind of, you know, a couple Sweet 16 appearances, at least I think one or I think two, at least one. But that's been kind of the knock on him so far his career at Tennessee. And I think Vol fans are still really excited and having fun with this season, but that does seem to me to be kind of what's in the air there is just people saying, all right, let's just get to March. Because you are, I mean, they're ranked number 2 in the nation. It doesn't even feel like that to me for some reason. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're playing great, but it might be because it's not as talented necessarily as those Grant Williams, Schofield, Bone teams. But I mean, what are you feeling if you're a Vol fan? Are you just getting ready for that? What does Rick Barnes, if he what does success look like for Rick Barnes in the tournament? I don't know.
I think I think a success is at minimum an Elite Eight.
That's how I feel.
Like you gotta go as far like Tennessee for the validity of the type and strong program as it is, has not had a lot of tournament success just through its history. Because
One
they
Elite
really
Eight with
are.
Bruce Pearl.
And so, and I was speaking to this that Rick Barnes has this season is a testament to how far he has raised the bar at Tennessee. Like 5 years ago, before or 6 years ago, before Rick Barnes, no matter how they were doing it, if Tennessee scraped its way to top 5 in the country, people would be kind of freaking out and just
Yeah.
they would be beside themselves at all these wins, and like they would just be up in arms of support and excitement for what comes next. I think that is why, and it's a strange psychology that Rick Barnes, kind of has on the Vol fans, because there is some bit of trepidation about March. There is some bit of like, I know we're really good right now and we're winning a lot of games, but like, are we going to do it in March, or are we going to fall flat again? Because it's just happened too much of a pattern, not only at Tennessee, but also that was his biggest problem really at Texas. And so at some point, the randomness of the tournament is bizarre, and it seemingly has worked against Rick Barnes. Why is that? Why has he put great teams in the tournament time and time again? How has the chaos negatively affected Rick Barnes more than like other people? So you see that the team is doing great, and that's fun and it's enjoyable, but it's always going to be in the back of the mind till he does it. And he's truly on the brink of, like, if they get bounced in the second round or before, I think he's truly in, like, what are we really doing here? What is it going to take? Because you go through just another regular season as just a dominant force. But we still have nothing to show for it. Like, yeah, you've had great seasons. You've, built a strong foundation, but you have nothing to show for it. It's a tough spot. I'll just cheer for them to have success this year and answer those questions. And, they deserve it. Tennessee has had good enough teams over the past Rick Barnes's just Rick Barnes's tenure to make a Final Four, to make a legitimate run at, a championship. But they haven't finished it in the tournament. So hopefully this group of players finds that extra edge to win in March. And maybe through, I don't know. It's a pivotal in a time when the program seems so strong. Like, the Tennessee basketball program right now is strong. I mean, they've been at the top of the SEC for the last several years, and they've won, some regular season and conference championships, I believe.
Won the tourney last year.
Yeah. So they have been just right up there, and, haven't lost at home in so long, but you just still lack, and they're top 5 currently. Like, they're not only in a good spot, from an overlook, they are top 5 in the nation currently, like right there on the precipice to win another SEC championship. They are a potential for a 1 seed, but it would all boil down, like, it still would not really matter until you do more in March. And that standard isn't even a championship. Like, if you reach an Elite Eight, it will be celebrated, because that's just a level that Tennessee has owned. That's the highest they've reached. So if you reach that level, then it should be celebrated. And that's a hard place, that's a hard place to get to. But
yeah, I think you said it. Rick Barnes has set the bar so high in some aspects where, even if he gets to, I mean, if you go to a Sweet 16 this year, I think everyone is kind of like, okay, like no one's super excited, but I don't think you're at the point where you're really on the hot seat. I think there are going to
Yeah.
be Tennessee fans who do bring that up, but I don't think you can really do that, especially I just don't believe this team is quite as talented as some of the other ones he's had. I mean, I do think their defense is insane, and that's credit to him. So we'll see how they do.
Yeah.
But I do think unless you get to that Elite Eight, you're just going to have some melancholy fans out there that are not super excited because, like we said, you said it to where, okay, we know you can coach basketball and we know these teams have the ability to go farther. And it's just not happening for whatever reason. I think, like you said, if you get bounced in the first or second round, it's going to be a real problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Bounce before a Sweet 16 appeases and it is a Sweet 16 is a great accomplishment. And then combine, that's a good season of basketball. It just ended in the tournament. But if you get bounced before that, because they're going to be a high seed again, it's because this time you're going to be a 2 or a 1 most likely, and you're going to be right up there, and you gotta get past. You cannot get bounced in those first 3 rounds, or it will be hot. It will be hot if he does that. And I don't know. I wouldn't want to be the one making that decision. So let's just hope and I won't be. So let's just hope that he gets. I'd like Tennessee to make a run. It'd be fun. So
yeah, and that's what's kind of funny about these runs in March Madness too. Is this if Rick Barnes is able to get to a Final Four one of these years, I'd say Final Four minimum. If you're able to get to one of those, that kind of saves you. That gives you. It's like
one
adding
Final Four changes. One Final Four, and Rick Barnes goes down as a statute coach
honestly, yeah,
one Final Four, because one Final Four probably gets you a few more years. It probably
that's
gets
what
you
I'm
a few
saying.
more.
Yeah,
It probably gets you a few more conference champ. Just a few more, a ton of wins. And he's won a ton of games. And you've taken a team the farthest anyone's ever gone as a male coach there. And that's what's really interesting about Tennessee basketball too, is the female program overshadows the male success bar none. In terms of championships and all that kind of stuff. So they don't have a ton of recognizable coaches, truly exceptional coaches.
yeah. No, I mean it would have been Pearl, but the whole scandal even sounds too harsh. But the whole scandal went down with him, and you weren't able to see the fruits of all the labor that could have been, because there's a lot of Tennessee fans, myself included, that believe he would have made a run to at least a Final Four with Tennessee, maybe even a national championship. Just seeing what he's done with Auburn and seeing what he was doing with Tennessee. But yeah, you touched on it. I think Barnes going to a Final Four, making a big run like that, not only is everyone happy with it, but you do just add years to your no one's questioning you for a few years. You make a run to a Final Four, even you get bounced the next year early. It's like, hey, you know what? He made it to a Final Four that one year.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
He's built such a solid base. He's recruited well. He's got, he's
developed well.
He's loaded. Well. He's got things loaded, for years to come with good players already kind of, in track to, he's already got he's in a good spot. And if you make a Final Four, you're going to have most likely continued success. And who knows, you make one Final Four and the next year you might break through to a championship.
Right.
I don't know. I think he's got to burst that bubble of just that getting over the hump. He needs to get to that second weekend and win the first game, because you get to the second weekend, you're in the Sweet 16, but then you win that first game, at least you get to then whatever happens in the Elite Eight, but you got to put yourself in that position, especially as a 1 seed. Because there's not a lot of 4 seeds even that are truly fantastic, that are truly exceptional teams. Now they might play great, they might get hot, but they're not exceptional. Tennessee has the capability to play like an excellent team, and so if they do that, and they match up well. And defense does. That's the craziest thing about like defense. Their defense has been so strong, and that's usually something that propels people in March. But it just hasn't quite caught on for a hot run. But
Well, and
here's
to
to this
me,
year.
there's just almost a foreshadowing of they're going to run into some team that just gets hot from like the 3-point line or something, and that's kind of been, it reminds me back when they played Purdue a few years ago, and I don't even remember the guy's name, but just started raining threes and there was nothing you could really do about it. Now there
Yeah.
was a controversial call there at the end as well, but you just gotta, they seem to have run into a buzzsaw every year. I won't say that quite as much, I guess, with Michigan last year. Michigan obviously did
Yeah, that
play
was a
super
bad look.
well, but
That was a bad one.
well, didn't Michigan go
I
pretty
think
far?
honestly that loss, you know what I think? I think that loss is affecting fans now even. Like the
Hmm.
way you ended that season was so bitter, so just like gross kind of to lose to that it just stuck like it's just kind of left that bad. I don't know. You're just not able to get quite like if I don't know, if you have a good run last year and then this team is, then you're feeling much more excited, but to just I don't know. That's your most immediate feelings of the tournament, even. Like so, when you think about March, that's like you're like, oh, you associate it with that kind of last feeling that you felt, and that's
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
So
When do the conference tournaments start up? Is that in
they
March or is
are
that late
March.
February?
They are the first first weekend of March, maybe no, the second weekend of March, I believe, like the 10th around there,
And then they
March
hop
10th.
right into March Madness the week after.
Yep, yep.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty sweet. Yeah, we are loading up for just good basketball action. That is the most fun part to like that is really the true symbol of like, all right, basketball season's really turning up. It's February, but like then the Super Bowl goes off and it's like, all right, basketball is the main dish and we are getting to the serious parts. Get into these are what the teams are really going to look like going in. A basketball team that plays in December looks very different than the same team that plays in March.
Yeah.
And you see the good coaching through the season that make their teams better. That's why, as an Arkansas fan, I get encouraged under Musselman because I've seen year after year his teams have improved greatly. Now you could cut him some, why did they need to improve so much? Like, why weren't they improved from the jump? You could almost say that, but it's hard to argue with the results because they seem to be playing their absolute best basketball in March. And when they need to, they can bring on their best game. And I think that's maybe something go back to Rick Barnes that kind of lacks with that is, his teams play great during the regular season, but are they truly playing like you think back to that Grant Williams team. Like at one point, that team was playing as good as like any basketball. Like they were stringing together games, like full games of just dominance. There, but
They
it
could
was
score
kind
at
of,
any.
it was
You
like,
had a guy in Grant Williams who could score at any moment, basically.
but they just, yeah, they didn't quite put together their best game in the tournament.
Yeah.
And that's when you really have to have it most. So woohoo, man, we're getting into some March feels early. The madness is creeping up on us.
Well, it's that time of year. We've said it before on this podcast, and don't get me wrong. I think I love the meat of college football season more than anything. That's my favorite time of year. But there is something pretty awesome about once you hit really New Year's Eve now with the college football playoff games. You go into the national championship game basically a month later, get the Super Bowl. Month after that, get March Madness going. March Madness carries you for a while, and then you hop into the Masters if you're a hardcore sports fan. So it is definitely a fun time of year, and as a sports fan, it's great having all these kind of back to back to back to back.
Yeah, March Madness, and we're getting to extra celebrate it this year.
Is there
So
a better sporting event than March Madness?
Not that I've ever seen for just pure enjoyment of sport. Like it is just a true
Right,
tournament
you
of
don't have to have a dog in the hunt whatsoever.
no, you somehow get it. It somehow it transcends sports to some extent. Like you just understand that you're seeing teams fight for their destiny, fight for their lives out there. It is over if that like every single team, every game that you see is an elimination game. Like back to back to back. Like it is all they are all going home. And that is what makes sports so it's like they're all game sevens of the finals. And then if you win that one, you play another game. Like it is all do or die.
Well, and that's what's
Um,
beautiful. It's any team that remotely has a chance to win has a chance to win. And that's all it is. It's 64 teams, put them in there, best one comes out on top. There's nothing unfair about it.
yeah,
You get in and
it's
you're in.
so awesome, dude. If they've kind of been speaking on maybe expanding the tournament, and that would be just crazy to me. Like I don't even.
I don't think you need to, but
Yeah, it's like so it works so well with six. Like it just
don't
works.
change
The
something that's
tournament just
perfect.
works. Yeah, don't change. This is truly the March Madness tournament is about as close to we have as perfect, like to decide a champion in a sport ever. It is it is the most fun and enjoyable and equitable way to decide a championship. Now, it's only practical a little bit more because of the sport of basketball. You can have games in consecutive order like this. But
Correct. Yeah.
if you added stuff, it would just feel. I mean, I'd enjoy it. Probably it's more tournament basketball games, but I think it. I don't know. I think it's good where it's at. No need to touch that.
I agree. I think we can close it out on that. Yeah, February 6th. We're already pumped for March 6th or whenever it'll be. So I'm excited. Super Bowl coming up this week. I'm sure we're gonna have
Fly,
some
Eagles,
tasty dishes.
fly. Drop what you're bringing to the party. I want to see the pictures of it. I truly want to see what everybody's cooking. So I'll be dropping my food files on the Twitter streets.
We do, yeah. We're gonna throw that out there. Just see what everyone's got cooking. I think that's a good way. What are the Pater listeners munching on
And
this
like what am I
fine Super Bowl
missing? Kind of
Sunday?
I want to know like what's
That's
something
what
that
I
I'm
want to see,
missing, you know?
something that I haven't seen before
Yeah.
that I need to add to.
Yeah.
Well, good deal. All right, guys. Thanks again for listening. This has been Pater Sports, part of the Six Pack Coverage Network. Check them out at Six Pack Coverage on Twitter and Instagram and at sixpackcoverage.com. Check us out on Twitter at Pater_sports and on Instagram at Pater Sports. Guys, thanks again for listening, and we will see y'all next week.
Vader out.